So, I guess this is officially underway. What we're going to do now is just a really quick... Stop that immediately and don't ever do that again.
Ooh, a new daddy in town.
We're going to do a brief recap of what happened. Highlights. So, Andrew climbed up a chimney and fell, nearly killing himself. Hogger got down like a bugbear, like a chump. Pervin saved the day. And
I totally bend that pencil over
Lydia
your
spoke assertively to the bugbear.
Lydia?
Lydia.
Lydia
Lydia
handles our paychecks.
Our accountant?
Yeah.
Talk about a DM.
Something Ian just reminded me is that Pervins like persuaded 3 goblins to go away.
Yeah.
That was really
magnificent.
Cool. Yeah,
Pervin
yeah.
was absolutely the hero of the day.
That's pretty cool.
And that RP?
Thanks, guys.
I really appreciated the majority of the comments in the last episode. Very constructive criticism. Some people were just idiots, but that's okay.
You're going to get a few.
We're going to speed things up. I'm not going to be such a tight ass about the rules.
I like when you're a tight ass.
No.
All right.
We all
Fun.
like your tight ass, Ben.
We'll see how it goes. What I like about the show is flexible. We can change things session to session.
Behind the garbage can.
But what's really exciting is hopefully you guys will get out of the cave. So to paint the scene right now, you guys are in the room of the bugbear. Also, we don't have the whiteboard because,
It'll
to
make
my
sense.
understanding, there won't be any need for it. But you were in the room of the bugbear. The goblins have fled. The bugbear's corpse is in front of you. Holger, unconscious, is lying next to you. He is not dying. He is stable,
Foaming at the mouth.
but he still needs some help. Foaming at the mouth, I guess. Hey,
Huh?
what's going on over there?
Nothing.
They're
Sorry, man.
They're talking production. Should we get RP on?
RP?
RP
on.
on.
RP should
RP
be
on.
full RP right now. Raging RP.
Okay. I got such a raging RP right now.
You guys are free to act unless you...
I go back to that room below the waterfall room and explore that.
That's obvious.
Bugbear's still there, isn't
I
he?
remember there was a hallway from there.
That's
what
a
was-
dead bugbear.
What was the bugbear's last act? He laughed at Pervin.
Think it's last name.
Did he do anything after that?
No,
He sucked
the
and
very
died.
last thing he did on this earth was laughed at Pervins.
Wow.
Died
Am I alive?
doing what he loves.
I'm stable.
You're stable.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
And we are going to leave you there.
I smash the bugbear into.
No.
What part of unconscious?
In my mind.
Pervin rushes to Hogger's side.
I've already left the room to go to the room south of the waterfall room.
If Pervins is willing to kiss Hogger on the lips, I will give Hogger 1 HP.
Pervins will never live through that.
Is anyone else in the room?
It can't just be like a peck. I mean, you gotta go for it.
Is anyone
Wiley
else?
is in the room.
I left! Does no one listen
Riley
to
is
me when
gone.
I speak? I left.
Does
Across the bridge.
Does anyone follow Lilia?
Oh, Pervins is the only person who could follow Lilia because Andrea is still stubbornly waiting in that wagon.
Right.
Oh yeah, right.
That's
Andrew's
right.
not in there.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I loot the bugbear, then I go to the room south of the waterfall.
Pervin has rushed to Hogger's side.
The bugbear has a pouch of 25 gold on him.
Not bad.
And it's a giant mace, which is pretty difficult for you to carry.
I leave the mace and I split the gold with Pervins.
Well, Pervin is still. He's not with you though.
I'm next to the bugbear.
Lilia, as a neutral character, it's totally fine that you're doing this, but why do you feel compelled to share the gold with
Because I
Pervins?
thought Pervins did a really great job, and it was really funny.
Okay.
Pervin takes this as a sign that Lilia might be a little more interested in him than as just a party member. He thinks that maybe she wants his party member.
Poor Pervins.
That
I
was
look forward to
that was
seeing
a penis.
Pervins go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
penis
got
joke.
it. We were right there.
Potty
Well, just for our
member.
viewers that might not have gotten it.
What Pervins doesn't realize is Lilia doesn't swing that way.
Pervin blushes and he giggles, and then he rushes to Hogger's
I
side.
say, good job out there, Pervins. I'm gonna go away now, and I go to the room south of the waterfall.
I think
Okay,
Riley
cool.
was playing with Pervins a little bit.
Mind games.
And then
My
You
Pervin-
can think whatever you want about
and-
Lilia.
and-
Dungeon Master, what is inside this wagon?
Great question.
What is here? What is inside of this wagon?
So, what is inside the wagon? There are a bunch of crates and boxes.
That's what we're paid
Wooden
to.
boxes.
What's what we're paid to move, right?
Right.
Is the wooden boxes?
inside those crates and boxes, because you were told what you were carrying before you carried it, a lot of weapons. There's some gold in there, and armor. There's some armor in there as well.
I never ever thought to ask about that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You should have made off with this wagon days
Yeah,
ago.
wow, there's weapons, gold, and armor in this wagon. Okay, thank you for this knowledge.
Welcome.
So this kiss thing, though, you'll give him 1 HP. How many HP does Hogger have right now?
Zero. He's unconscious.
Purvance has always heard that you must do what you must do for adventure and for the party.
Yes.
He closes his eyes and he pictures the Lady Lilia as he presses his lips against the surprisingly supple Hogger's
What? Hogger's what?
lips.
Surprisingly supple.
Hogger, you become conscious as Purvance is sucking your face.
I'd push Purvance aside.
Like a gentle shut. Like, is it aggressive?
Gentle.
Okay.
Gently.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Shove.
And I,
Giant strides.
and I immediately leave the cave.
Like
Where?
to the
I
wagon.
leave. I go outside.
You going to come hang out in this wagon?
Okay. So.
Purvance feels confusing feelings that he's never felt before
Oh,
in his
no.
life,
Uh-oh.
but he scampers after Hogger. to join the
Okay,
rest
so
of the
Kyle,
party.
or I'm sorry, Andrew, Hogger, and Purvance are outside the wagon.
Yes.
Lilia, you are going into the room where you find a really unexpected sight.
Aha.
You find a group of 5 goblins. One of them looks bigger, brawnier than the others, so you surmise that maybe that's their leader or something like that. They are all in a circle around a fireplace. It's just corpses, blood everywhere.
They're all
blood
dead.
They're all dead. There's blood on the walls. There's the non-goblin captains are actually all dismembered, but they're arranged in a very specific way. It's grotesque, but there's like someone put a lot of consideration into how they placed them. And in the center of this circle, you see a symbol. And that symbol is drawn in blood. And it looks like an eye that's bleeding. So it's like that, and then there's just blood coming down. And you also, behind the goblins, there are quite a few crates. And that's what you see.
Okay. Wow.
Yellow
This is
King.
quite the room. Yeah.
Also, you're the
okay.
only person with this knowledge, right?
Right. I gingerly move along the side of the room, watching the center and examining it, looking at this eye, moving my way to the crates, and I, as quietly as I can, look through the crates to see if there's anything worth anything.
So what you see on nearly all of the crates is another symbol. This one does not look so malicious, I guess. It's a shield with a blue lion on it. So all of them have it. It almost looks like what a store would put on boxes that they were selling.
Are they the same as on the crates in our wagon?
What's
Do I recognize these symbols?
You do not recognize the symbols. The boxes have a similar style and shape to the boxes that are in your wagon. All of the boxes don't have anything particularly interesting in them. It's a lot of like food, a lot of grain, a lot of like fruit, a lot of stuff like that. It looks like,
Okay.
again, something you would sell, provisions, yeah.
Okay.
However, there is one that is, I'm assuming you're looking through all of them.
Yes.
There is one that is notable, and I don't remember exactly what is in it, so give me just 1 second.
Granted. Well, while I'm looking through
Hey, you
these
two,
boxes,
what'd you see in there?
I look
What was inside
at
that cave?
the middle
are you
guys
again?
some more.
My name's Andrew. Just adventuring with you. Fell down a big old cliff and that is why I'm almost dead right now.
Andrew, thank God you are safe and you are out of harm's way. It was a vile scene in there that a lady of your stature should not be part of.
Pervin's
kind of a sexist.
Where's that tall elf?
I walk away from the wagon like 20 feet away and just sit down.
Where's that tall elf?
Oh, the beautiful Lady Lilia. That is a good question. Perhaps we should go seek her.
Oh,
What's in the box?
In the box, it's a chest is actually what it is.
Nice.
Chest.
It's 100 gold,
I take the gold.
2 potions of healing,
I take those potions.
Split them with perfect.
No.
and a jewel, an emerald jewel.
Not bad.
I take that as well.
Not
I
a
put them
bad
all in
chest.
my explorer's pack,
Okay.
which I believe is the kind of pack I have.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Do you take any of the? You can surmise that the things that you're seeing are probably obviously looted from the people that have crossed by.
Yes.
Like the goblins ambush you at the very beginning. They probably do this to more people. These goods probably belong to somebody. So do you want to take them, or do you want to leave them, or what would you like to do?
Provisions?
Maybe they belong to that guy that got his throat slit by the bugbear.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would leave them. I can find food pretty much anywhere. I guess what I could. I'll ask these guys if we want to move them to the mouth of the cave or something so that people can take them.
Okay.
But there's nothing else in the room. I looked around.
No, just the corpses and the symbol,
Okay.
which you can get closer to inspect if you want.
I do so. I was going to check the goblins' bodies if they have anything strange or interesting on them.
So, as soon as you get within about a foot of this corpse circle, there's a pink-ish flash, and it just you can't even tell what happened. It just goes like that, and you hear a voice, a disembodied voice. It doesn't sound like it's coming from any particular direction, and it's deep in such a way that it's fairly nondescript. It doesn't sound like any particular race. It has like this ethereal quality to it. And it says 3 words: don't press on. And then the corpses that were all arranged they light on fire, they ignite, and slowly they just become ash.
I love that I'm the only one seeing all this. No one's going to believe me. Okay, I kind of stand there for a second, looking around. I'm not super well versed in magics and things like that, the arcane, but I know I don't care for them, and I certainly don't follow their advice. But I go back out to the mouth of the cave, and I say, well, I inspected a different room in the cave that none of us went to. I found a ring of bodies and some strange symbols, a bunch of provisions, fruit and stuff like that if you guys want any of that, and this emerald. And I drop the emerald on the ground.
Herman says, "Did you find any gold?"
No.
Lightly, there is one other very important thing that I need to tell you is when your druid village was attacked, you saw that symbol burned into one of the trees.
Oh no. Oh, that's heavy. That's real important, actually.
All right. So I say all that stuff, but there is a fury burning in my heart as I do so.
I want to look at that emerald. I want to know how valuable it is because I'm a thief and I'm used to like checking these things out and knowing what they're worth.
Definitely. You're saying you've stolen quite a few jewels in your time.
Absolutely,
And you've pawned
yeah.
them.
Right. What kind of emerald are we talking about right here?
That emerald is. It's a very nice emerald.
One of the best.
Top drawer.
It might be hard to get this in one of the smaller towns or villages, but in a decent-sized city, you could easily fetch at least 100 gold for it, depending on your bartering skills.
I want to say that. Yo, that's a decent emerald.
all have fun with it.
You're just gonna leave it on the ground?
I don't care about this emerald. You can have it. You can have the emerald. You've earned it.
I slowly look. And then just pick up the emerald and put it into my pouch.
Is it everything you hoped it would be?
Do the other two adventurers just? That's cool.
Hogger's sitting away somewhere.
Right, Hogger probably doesn't care.
Purvis doesn't know what one would want with such a silly rock. but he asked the Lady Lila, "What can you describe in more detail? What happened in this room, this cavern?"
There's a symbol and some kind of wicked magic.
I hear the word magic,
Uh-oh.
And
and I approach you.
and a voice came from all around and said, "Don't press on."
No.
Yeah.
A magical voice said, "Don't press on."
Well, we should definitely keep
There were-
going.
there were-
we must
blood everywhere.
spite this voice.
For once, I agree with you.
When you embark on adventure, you must look in the face of adversity, in the face of what is known.
Wow, Purvis is exceptionally courageous after that last
Purvis,
encounter.
he has read a lot of books on adventure.
He's earned it.
He knows what adventure is supposed to be. Whether he himself has it in him to execute that, that remains to be seen after a fashion.
I love it.
I
Okay,
want to do a better job RPing because of you.
so you guys are finally and effectively done with Cragmaw Hideout. You've explored every room.
We did it!
You've seen everything there is to see.
Yay. Ransack the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you know right now. You know how to get to town where you're supposed to deliver goods that you have in the wagon. You can still do that. Or you can just go into some uncharted direction and we can bullshit it from there.
We should complete our mission. We should
Probably go to town. Because I want to see if what's his name? Graxavan or whatever? I want to know if he knows, Gundren, if he knows anything about this symbol and that voice.
You don't know whether or not Gundren's in town. You don't know where Gundren is.
But we do know that
But
Gundren will pay us.
He hired us, right? And
He
I'm
did
only
hire-
doing this for
So he
information.
went out-
about who destroyed my
Purvis would
forest.
like to know what the valiant Hogger, what his idea is.
I go on the back of the wagon and I just lay down.
Hogger's having a little bit of a hissy fit.
Hogger has an eye
So let's go to
infection.
town.
Hogger has an eye infection.
He's not feeling so great.
Okay.
So of the first 25 gold, I took 12,
Oh, also momentous news.
and you took the rest.
I
Whatever.
did not get your guys' experience to you in a timely fashion. We don't have time to do it now, but you have enough experience from finishing Cragmaw Hideout and your recent encounter with the goblins and the bugbears. You are at level 2.5.
Whoa!
Yeah, well on your way to level 3.
Cool.
How much experience is that actually, so we can write it down? Do you know?
I looked it up this morning. It's 300 to get to level 2. I think 600 to get to level 3.
Sick.
So we're at-
it's on page 15.
It's 300 to level 2.
So
Yep.
we got 450?
Yeah, you're 450. That's correct. That's
That's where
exactly
we're
what
at?
it is. Yep.
Because we had 100 going in.
Yeah.
To,
Yes.
Okay.
450.
Dang, at level 3, I learned how to climb faster.
You needed that.
I needed that so bad.
Man, at my
Oh,
level
that's
3, I get
funny.
my druid circle.
Cool,
Or
cool,
wait, is that
cool.
level 2?
Well, Purvis will do whatever the valiant Hogger says, so he climbs into the wagon with his chum.
He didn't say anything. Hogger said nothing.
I'm asleep.
Oh, yeah, well, I suppose we can get an inn. We're in kind of rough shape
Yeah.
physically.
Oh yeah,
I
I'd
don't
like
have
to
any
rest.
spells
I'd like to
left.
rest.
Several of
as
us
we
are
ride.
in very bad shape.
Yeah,
We could either rest here or try to find an inn when we get to town, but
Let's
that will
do
probably
shifts.
cost money.
Let's just rest shifts in the back of the wagon on the way over to town.
All right. I would take a 4-hour rest and then could watch for another number of hours. How long do you want to rest?
I'll do the rest because I assume town's not. How far away is town?
It's a 2-day journey.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Let's rest up.
Yeah.
Hogger's already asleep.
Yeah,
Full rest.
Purvis is there like a fun slumber party.
Okay.
sure.
So, as you guys will rest in the thicket, I'm assuming?
No, in the back of the
like,
wagon.
In the back of the wagon while someone else steers.
Oh, okay.
Are we driving as we're resting?
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, okay.
Making-
I misunderstood. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. So, I'm again, everyone gets a full rest. Means all of your HP is back, all of your spell slots are back, and there's a spring in your step. So you guys are heading to Phandalin. This is the first time any of you have been there, so you're not familiar with the town. You were just given directions on how to get there. It's pretty straightforward. There's a road you take the whole way, and you don't encounter any difficulties on your journey.
Nice.
When you reach Phandalin, it's about midday. It's the middle of the summer, so it's quite hot. The sun is very bright, and what you see as you're on the road, the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old firestone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars, surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart tracks, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs toward a ruin-mannered house on a hillside on the east side of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up at you as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. So, Phandalin is not very big, but it's not really a village either. You can definitely tell that the buildings have an age to them. This place has been around for a long time. You guys are coming in from the north, and what you see as you go by, you see a sign for what is obviously a trading post, and you also see a smithy. Those are the first two things you see. But before you can make really any important decisions on where to go, what to do.
Are we in the town yet?
Yes, you're in the town.
I'm going straight to the bar.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I will let you go to the bar. A distressed woman comes up to you. She has the dress of a shopkeeper or a bar wench, or like just very plain clothes. And she comes up to you. She looks distressed. She looks distraught. She's sweating. Her eyes are wide, and she says, "Adventurers, 3 days ago, all of my provisions, all of my goods in my store were taken. Did you see them? Do you know where they are? Do you know where I can get it? I work at what's the name of the place? I work at, the Lion Shield Coaster. Have you seen any things?"
I shove her to the ground.
Oh my god.
To the ground?
To the ground.
Make
Okay.
him roll. Make him roll to see.
God, if you could shove this woman to the ground.
I mean, you could easily shove her to the
I
ground.
shove her to the ground and I say, "We have other business to attend to."
Oh, jeez.
Last time I got
As I
shoved by a
walked
hugger,
to-
I died.
As I walk to the bar.
So it's not soft ground. It's like a hard dirt road. I'm not gonna roll for damage or anything, but like she's bleeding. Like you might have broken her nose.
Jesus Christ.
She screams at you, and then it's midday, so there are a lot of people out in the street. A lot of people. Everyone sees what you did, and every single person on the street, mouth agape, turns and goes into whatever the nearest building is.
Purvance was always taught that you should never hit a lady, and this may have an impact on his impression and how he feels about Hogger.
Not so chivalrous.
I step down from the wagon and I pull the woman up and I say, "I did see your stuff. I'm sorry about him."
I'm sorry.
She ran away too?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I mean, she's terrified. She actually ran away screaming. One, it's a
ran away
half-orc
screaming.
who she's not used to seeing,
Right.
and two, it just physically assaulted her.
I watched where
So-
she goes.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. So she runs almost straight south of where you guys are. She kind of goes behind some buildings. You can't see exactly what building she goes into, but
We know where
runs
she
south
works.
of you. Yeah.
We do know where she works.
Yeah.
I follow the lady.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow the
She
lady.
seemed kind of cute.
I think you made her cute. I didn't make her cute.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
made
I
her cute.
Okay.
She was distressed.
I don't like society,
Right.
but I also don't like to see I mean, I just wanted to tell her where her stuff
Oh,
is.
absolutely. Absolutely. I totally understand.
I'm not a jerk.
Yeah, definitely. So she, kind of in the panic state that she's in, she trips and stumbles a little bit on her way. So you very easily catch up to her.
Dress, like,
She,
rips off
you
a little.
pass by what looks like a shrine, and then what's a big building to your left that looks like a town hall. She enters another even more sizable building, and you see the symbol that you saw on the boxes.
I enter that building.
The door is locked.
Oh. I knock on the door and I say, Miss, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I generally don't like being in town. But I knock on the door and I'm like, sorry about all of that. I did see your items. They're in a cave about 2 days from here. If you send some people to go get it, pretty much everybody in the cave is dead. All the goblins are gone, so you could probably get your stuff back. Yeah. Again, sorry about that orc. He's kind of an idiot.
The only thing you can hear through the wooden door is very soft sobbing sounds.
Oh.
I stand there for like 30 seconds trying to decide what to do, and then I just kind of nod and tap the door and walk back to these two.
Awesome.
Purvins extends an arm out toward Hogger, and he says,
Hogger's gone. He's going
"Oh,
to
he's
the...
gone.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
never mind,
Straight to
never
the
mind
pub.
then. Purvins
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
Sorry.
Hey Ben, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Since we're level 2 now, like some of us get like another spell and stuff,
Don't
right?
dick around with that stuff now, because it's going to
Yeah.
take too long.
We're in town. It
I'm
won't
already
really, it won't
dicking.
really come into play. I get
I'm
huge
sorry.
things at level 2.
Yeah, leveling up can take a little bit,
Like,
so we
I-
just don't have time.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
It's
it's
exciting, I know. You get a whole bunch of new stuff.
So I have a lot of criminal contacts in a lot of towns. Do
Okay.
I have one in this town?
Not explicitly, because it's more profitable for you to have contacts in higher towns.
Right.
Or not higher, but bigger towns.
It's not a city.
Yeah, you don't have explicit contacts here. However, you are well connected enough that you probably know somebody that knows someone. So it would be fairly easy for you to inquire and get information.
So I'd like to go to the smithy, if the smithy is not locked.
No, the smithy is not locked, but
Cool.
he does not greet you when you enter,
Yeah.
and he is holding a large hammer in his hand in case shit goes down.
God, this whole town.
I was not expecting the whole town to hate you. This
Well,
is,
yeah.
This is unscripted.
When you're traveling with Hogger.
That's the beauty of D&D.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right, exactly.
I go in there. I follow Andrew. We're just
Yeah, what's for sale? What do you have?
Well, we have plenty of things. I make the finest swords in Miles. I make the finest full plate armor you could probably ever find. You can tell he's never left the place, so he's making all these boastful statements.
Yeah.
To his limited knowledge, but he says we don't serve your kind here. So unless you can change my mind,
I say, what kind do you serve?
are you in the smithy as well?
I follow
Yeah,
him
yeah,
in.
okay. The kind that we serve doesn't assault women upon entering town.
Don't lump us in with that.
That was
that
Hogger.
pile of massive.
That is a
muscle.
half orc, half human. That is not us.
Yeah.
Purvis walks in and he goes, "Hey guys, what did I miss?
Oh, Purvis.
We're getting our weapons made."
Who's the dwarf?
And then Purvis looks behind him and he goes, "What dwarf?"
I think he means you.
So both you and Lily are trying to reason with the blacksmith, who
Yeah.
obviously does not have a good first impression.
Yeah,
Of your
which is
group.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So please roll your persuasion check, and I'm gonna roll against
You
that.
Purvis has strong skills of persuasion.
Can Purvins help?
Is Purvins
He
helping?
was skilled in the art of persuasion.
She asked Purvins asked what was going on. I say, we're trying to have him help us.
The only thing for me personally is like Lilia and Andrea actually said like hey, we're not associated with him. We don't have anything to do. So you can say something if you want to.
Purvis may have to step in after.
Okay.
I rolled a
Yeah,
2,
that's totally
which will
fine.
be +3, so that's a 5.
I rolled a 19 plus 0.
It turns out this guy's a little bit of a racist and spits at the feet of Andre.
Whoa.
Seems like he does not have a thing for halflings, but he is enchanted by Lilia's beauty.
Hi.
He says,
Perv.
I will let this fine young lass speak for the group, but if anyone else utters a word, I might have to forge some flesh.
Purvis is steaming. He is not like the way that this Smithy is looking at Lilia. He is not like it one bit.
Oh God.
Does Permits do anything, or is it just like a disapproving look?
He's just.
I kind of go
smoldering.
like this. I'm like, all right, just,
Violet, find out if he knows where Miko is.
Miko.
How's Miko?
Miko,
the
I
hell
know,
is Miko?
I know a guy. And ask him if he knows where Miko is.
All right. Thank you, good sir. Again, we had nothing to do with that orc. just putting that out there.
That orc is a right bastard, let me tell you.
You're telling me. I hate
Just roll.
that.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I just role play.
It's the Smithy talking. We have some weapons. Do you offer any services that might sharpen our blades, make them any better?
You think you
Anything
can
like
sharpen
that?
my blade?
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm not entirely certain
Purvis!
what you meant by that.
Purvis is mad. His face is red.
I know, we just gotta let this happen.
Purvis says, that's it. I am leaving. I am going to go find Hogger.
I turn around and watch Purvis leave, and then I shrug at the Smithy.
Well, that's one less non-person to worry about.
Okay.
This is why I never come to
I'm
the
out
town.
too. I'm out too. I'm gonna find Miko somewhere else. You two you do your thing.
Enjoy your
I'm
sex
leaving as well.
banging.
Referencing you, the blacksmith says, the seven hells is a Miko.
This is the first I've heard of him too.
Well, I see it's just you and me now, elf lass.
Listen,
Shit's getting weird.
this guy's a human, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a big, fat, ugly human.
Okay. I've got about
use your feminine
I've got
wiles.
about 200 and I've got probably about 290 years on this
Yeah,
guy.
but you can use your feminine
He looks like he's
wiles
about
to
50
get what
years
you
old.
want.
Yeah, then
He's
that's about
creepy.
right.
Yeah.
To get what you want, and then
Yeah. Can you sharpen my scimitar or not, sir?
I could. What will you do for me?
I will give you money, gold.
Well, I fetch a. Roll an intelligence check.
Nice.
17
Good, that's
total.
good.
I fetch a pretty high price around these parts. You can tell that he's bullshitting you.
Yeah. And what, pray tell, would you consider a high price?
If you'd like me to sharpen this blade and transform the weapon with my art, I think about 500 gold would do me good.
Well, I guess you're not that serious about sharpening my weapons, then, are you?
Very
And
serious. That's
I
why I
tilt
fetch
my
his
head in a way. In a way.
Roll for head tilt.
75.
You successfully tilt your head. Are you being suggestive?
I'm not very great. I'm not great at. I hate this. Like,
Yeah.
I hate people. I don't like being in town. I think
I
that
thought you were
this
saying
guy,
you hate role playing.
No.
Okay.
I hate. Lilia does not like civilization. I feel very uncomfortable, and this man is, by the second, just reiterating why I don't interact with these people.
So it is extremely apparent that you are much smarter than this person.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
I say to him, "All right, sir. How about this? You sharpen my scimitar, and maybe a few other weapons that I might produce ahead of time. I'm anxious to see this skill that you talk about, this beautiful work that you do. I'm anxious to see how good you really are. Prove to me how good and skilled you are at fixing these blades, and I'll pay you what I think the work deserves.
What kind of good businessman does the work ahead of time?
I like this
Are there
guy.
any other blacksmiths in this town?
Yeah.
No, he's the lone smithy,
Yeah.
sadly.
Listen, friend. Either you can sharpen my weapons and take a fair price, or you can not sharpen them and get nothing.
If you weren't such a captivating young elf, I would tell you to get the hell out.
Well, actually, she's like 150 years old. But
300 and
Is this smithy
she doesn't look old.
related to
326.
Dusty Barnes? Is this Dusty Barnes?
There's a strong
ancestor?
correlation between Dusty Barnes
Ancestor.
and this blacksmith. I'll tell you what, I won't go any lower than this. I will sharpen your scimitar, making it deadlier than ever for 150. I will not go lower than that.
Fair price.
I don't have any concept of what it should cost, so I don't know if he's still messing with me.
It seems like he has not entirely given up messing with you, but he's not being so chauvinistic about it.
Okay, I just turn and leave.
Whoa.
He
Nice.
says, wait. I can't let you leave. Can't let you leave without trying a little bit harder.
hate to
I'll
see
tell you
leave,
what.
But I sure love to watch you walk away.
Final offer. 25 gold and 1 date.
Do it,
Do it. Do it.
40 gold, no date.
do it.
How about this? 30 gold and I don't cut off your hand.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, intimidation check.
Oh no, you don't do that in a weapons store.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, fuck around.
Well, this guy's pissing me
This got
off. I
bad.
hate
Oh,
society.
this is going sour.
17.
Nice.
Jeez, good rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can roll in town, but nothing plus nothing.
Okay.
I can roll in town, but I can't roll for shit in a dungeon.
He gulps pretty loudly, takes a step back, and says, 40 gold. It'll be ready in 24 hours.
Deal.
You
And
have
I
to give
slam
him-
my scimitar on the ground. Or on the desk, whatever.
As you leave, he meekly says that you should not slam your weapons.
Noted. I walk back into the street. and
Great.
These two, I don't know if you're there,
Well,
but if they're there, I say, man, that guy was
Purvis
just a
is headed
bastard.
to the. He's headed to the.
We're on our
bar.
way to the pub.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I
Every-
catch
so-
up with them, I say he's a
Yeah.
bastard.
Okay, so everyone's going to
To
the
the
pub.
pub.
So it is.
I'm loaded by now.
You weigh like 75 billion
I've
pounds.
had
You have no
10
concept
drinks
of
in a
time.
row.
And you gotta pay
So-
for
Where are
it.
you getting all this money from?
So the
I haven't paid yet. It's on my tab.
Oh no!
Hogger,
It's on my
I
tab.
I greatly admire you wanting to get loaded. It's just I have to say certain things when you get into the end, so you're just going into the end right now, just with the way the different perspectives work.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's
Okay.
not a great thing to do. All right, so the first thing that you see that could reasonably produce alcohol is not in a pub, but an inn. There might be a pub around, you don't know. You're satisfied with going to the inn. You go in there, and what you would normally expect to see would be a lively scene. Patrons drinking, singing loudly, telling tales of whatever they'd done. It is barren. You could hear a pin drop in this inn, and
How many people?
one person,
Just the barkeep?
barkeep, that's it. He is polishing a glass so hard it looks like he might break it, and he is giving you an evil eye. He is a short, stout man with a beard that makes him look like Santa Claus. The bar is well lit. There are plenty of circular wooden tables around, about 6 of them, and a bunch of torches hung up, plenty of light. It's a little bit dirty. Clearly, the inn hasn't been kept in a while. You are free to act.
I go and I sit at the bar, and I say, 1 drink, please.
Whoa.
I say, 1 drink, please.
Clearly intimidated by this half-orc who has not yet washed himself and still covered in blood.
Dried 2 days now.
He says, very meekly, stuttering, we're out of the ale.
Excuse me?
Yeah, just fresh out like that. Don't know what happened. Must be a shortage.
You're a liar.
What? I make 12 gold a day, sir. I ain't no liar. I can't afford to be a liar.
Where is the nearest place that I can get a drink?
Well, sir. Orc, sir. There was a pub in this once fair city that would rival our very inn. But let me tell you, those thieves, those bandits, they took it over. It's a nasty little business now.
Is Miko?
Bandits took all of the ale?
Well, they sure did drink a lot of it. I don't know if they took all of it, but they did drink a lot of it. Well, they're definitely in that pub. They like to drink away the days there. They're called the Red Brands. They're a real nasty sort. They're also holed up in the manor, really running this town into the ground. It's kind of become a shithole now.
Who's the leader?
I don't know.
How many are there?
Listen, Orc, I don't mean to offend, but I swear I just run this inn and I try to stay out of trouble.
I immediately leave and head towards the pub.
The Red Brand pub.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you
Did the
guys,
rest of us go into the inn?
Did
So-
we ever meet him?
what's up?
Did we catch
We
up with
probably
him? Did
see
we
him
on
intersect
his
each
way
other?
out.
You'd let me get it out.
Go.
Yeah.
You guys are as you get right to the entrance of the inn. You see Hogger throw the door open with an aggressive force, not acknowledge your presence at all, and head off in a direction. You can talk to him or do something. You're free to act.
If I were making this movie, the 3 of us would just stand there and watch him go. I'd be like, what's going on?
Pervins shouts after Hogger. He says, Hogger,
I don't hear it.
Oh,
just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
I don't hear it.
Pervins is fairly persuasive.
And then Pervin
It
says,
doesn't make him loud.
I have money.
Still didn't hear it.
Wow.
Pervins is
trying.
extremely persuasive. That's totally true. However, I've found that when Hogger has his mind set on something, that's kind of it.
That's
Yeah.
kind of it.
But Pervins, you can try more aggressive means of stopping Hogger if you wish.
I go into the inn.
Okay. Lily is in the inn.
I'm going in the inn too. I guess it was original intent.
Andrew and Lily are in the inn.
Pervins will run after Hogger.
All right.
He needs to. He thinks
Never stay
Yeah, we
He
can
thinks-
stick together.
he thinks something's
never-
bothering Hogger, and he wants to talk to him about it.
All right. Bourbons and are going to, for all intents and purposes, a place that could very well kill them. Okay.
With any luck.
Love it.
Well, not perfect.
And
like perfect.
all right. I'm going to handle Andrea and Lilia first.
It sounds easy.
Yeah, that sounds pervy.
I go up to the barkeeper. Oh, you can go.
So the
You were about to
barkeeper is in a rough state. The glass that he was polishing is broken, and he doesn't seem to notice it. And he's bleeding from his hand. He's pretty psyched out by encountering this bloody orc, and he seems to have wet himself, and is not aware that he wet himself.
Aww.
Sylvanus. What's that god? Whatever.
Don't make fun of him, guys.
We'll make fun of him. Hey, you know where Miko is?
What in the bloomin' daisies? I just encounter one thing after another. It's a giant orc, and now somebody asking about a Miko. Listen, who is or what is a Miko?
Sylvanus.
I'm sorry, I gotta go. I'm gonna follow Hogger.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'll talk to the innkeeper. I say, ignore, whatever. Do you know anyone named Gundren?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was, unlike the lot that's been running around here between this orc and this Miko fellow. Gundren was a kind soul. He really cared about what this town was, and he was trying to bring it back to that. You know, we were a once thriving mining community, but we're getting run down by these horrible red brand ruffians. He was trying to. He found a place where he found another mine, and he thought that maybe if we could get things together, we could open it, and this town could make some money for a change.
I noticed that you said was quite a lot. Is Gundren, is he dead? Is he gone? What happened to Gundren?
Well, Gundren went off, and I guess he hired a lot of adventurers because he needed some help. And he was supposed to come back to town yesterday, but I haven't seen him. And Sildar, a member of the Lord's Alliance, he was supposed to go with him, but
Oh boy.
That was the guy from the cave, right?
I haven't seen him.
We got some bad news about Sildar.
I'm sorry to say, friend, we found Sildar, but it was too late. A bugbear killed him.
A bugbear How do you know this?
I saw it happen.
You let him die.
We came into the cave,
You let him die.
and the bugbear killed him.
So, what was once a meek and timid innkeep, suddenly his face reddens and he becomes furious. He says, Sildar was one of the last beacons of light in this godforsaken shithole, and you let him die?
Who specifically?
What are you, my
Shrugs.
moral compass?
Lilia shrugs.
I say, I wish there was something more we could have done.
You expect me to sit here and serve you when
I
you
don't remember asking for a drink. I just want to know
Well,
what
what
happened
is it
to
that you want? You
I
better
want
make it quick.
Gundren. You tell me
I
where
don't
Gundren
know where
is,
Gundren is. I
and
just
I'll
told
leave.
you.
I leave.
Okay.
Awesome. Just breaking hearts and leave.
Tragedy everywhere.
I don't have
I
chance.
want you guys to know, this town, not the biggest town, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah,
Something that happens to one person, the whole town will hear about.
yeah.
I want you to know right now, every single person in this town viciously hates you.
All of us?
All of you.
We haven't left one good impression yet. We'll get there.
You are getting your sword
Because we're going to
sharpened.
we're going
My
to the Red
sword's getting
Baron.
sharpened.
We're going to the Red Baron's pub right now.
We're going to kill all
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yep, you
no
are
sword.
going
So
there.
where are we all right now in relation to each other?
So,
I look around
you
and
three
follow
are
their tracks.
you three are all pretty close to each other. You are trailing off a little bit, but you can tell where they're going. So,
Did we catch up to Hogger at all? 'Cause
Yeah,
I went
you-
off after Hogger.
yeah, you're caught up to Hogger. You can talk to Hogger.
Purvins has a plan. So
Are you saying this to Hogger?
to the party,
Well, Lily is not quite there. You can say it to Andrea and
Andrew
Hogger.
and Hogger.
Not trying to be a tight ass. Just
I propose that Purvins uses his disguise kit from his entertainer's pack and disguises himself as an ale delivery serviceman to infiltrate the red brand,
Red Brand. Yep.
the red brand stronghold. You fellows will hide under a tarp in the wagon as a
Hogger doesn't hide.
as a Trojan horse, if you will, and we will infiltrate and ambush them, unbeknownst.
Hogger
When
does
do I catch
ambush
up?
them.
Can I catch up?
Yeah. So in the middle of Purvis' plan, you sort of catch the halfway point. You can surmise what's going
I
on.
gather that Purvins has a plan, and I am in support of it.
Purvins has been
have-
dying to use this disguise kit.
I gotta say, it's not bad.
It's not a bad plan, from what I can
have
gather.
fell in combat numerous times. Perhaps it is time for me to change tactics.
Perhaps the valiant Hogger
By the
will
God.
approach from the rear in a pincer, if you will.
Do I have to hide anywhere?
That would not require hiding.
I'm in.
Okay, so
Lovely ladies will approach from the front.
We
I
can
need
be,
you-
We can be your ale wenches.
I need you to
Not that
detail
I-
this plan exactly.
Approve of that sort of behavior.
So we're using our wagon.
We fill the wagon with explosives.
No, well, we don't have those.
You don't have any- I can't just give you explosives.
We got a nuclear bomb.
Well, that's all Permins has got.
Okay, so can Pervins look like a convincing goblin with the disguise kit?
You
not
tell
goblins.
me.
They're
Wait,
humans.
are you trying to look like a goblin?
No,
okay.
the ale
The,
delivery man.
ale delivery serviceman.
So, as an ale delivery
Serviceman.
serviceman, what would you look like?
You need some ale, I'd wager.
Halflings do
Empty
not
barrels.
necessarily make great ale delivery servicemen because
Sure.
ale comes in very large barrels. Very
Well,
difficult
it's
for you
in the
to
wagon. It's in the wagon.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have ale in the wagon?
No.
You have no ale.
We would
God's
give
sake.
the
We will
illusion.
be in the wagon.
We would give the illusion that the
Right.
ale is
We
in the
hide in
wagon.
the wagon.
However, the comrades would be hiding in the wagon.
So it'd be an ambush, a Trojan horse of
Right.
sorts.
Yes.
Yeah. It does occur. but
And
they
this
won't-
time, we
they
don't
might
kill
not-
everyone.
They
We don't-
might not believe that you're an ale
If
delivery
they're in
person.
between
I can
me
go
and
in
my
with
ale,
you if you'd like,
I'll kill him.
and be your muscle who carries the
Well,
ale.
shall I disguise myself as
An
a
elf-
goblin then?
Almost
Why-
never
they're not
leaves.
goblins. They're
That's even-
humans.
Right, yeah, they're not goblins.
They're humans.
They're
A
not.
beautiful elf is an
You're
ale.
right.
It's even
Never
less
mind. I'll
convincing.
stay in the wagon.
Shall I disguise myself as a small human then?
Achieved.
Pervins, honestly, I don't think that'll.
That's
yeah.
what a halfling is.
Halflings are kind of small.
That's what a halfling is.
The disguise will have to wait.
No,
No,
you
I
can
like-
totally
You
do
should
this.
be the ale serviceman. You're very
it.
persuasive. You can probably make. I believe in you, Pervins. that you
Pervins,
could
what I would
convince
recommend,
them.
I've done this a lot. I recommend putting on a fake mustache. Maybe like put on a little more assertive voice. Age yourself up a little bit. Act like you've been in the business a long time.
Right.
That is all excellent advice.
Question: what if Hogger was your ale carrying person?
Then where would the ladies be?
We'd be in the wagon.
The wagon.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
going
saying.
around back.
All right, Hogger can't be reasoned with. Let's just hope for the best. with this
Cheerio.
plan. We'll be watching from the wagon.
Can you describe the building we're infiltrating?
Yeah, so you guys, where is it? It's called the Sleeping Giant. It's
Nice.
the most eastern building in
Great
town.
name.
Well, no, it's not. I'm sorry. The manor is much further than that on a hill. But in terms of like the central town, it's the most eastern building. It's fairly small.
Is there a back door?
You don't know. You have to. You've never been in this town. You'd
Okay.
have to get closer to.
I want
investigate that.
to go to the back of the building.
Are you sneaking or are you just going?
I don't sneak.
Meanwhile, I'm pulling the wagon up.
And I am in the back of the
Alright.
wagon. I guess.
Pervins is disguised.
All right. All right.
Hogger is not sneaking. We're gonna get in trouble soon.
Hogger, yeah.
Maybe I should wait a minute.
Give us 10 minutes, Hogger. Give us 10 minutes.
Wait,
You
we,
have
wait,
5.
wait. We
Okay.
need a code word so that Hogger knows when to strike.
Murder.
Yeah, if you hear clashes, just come
Murder is the code word. So you're going to just
Murder.
yell
Murder
murder.
these
Okay.
humans.
Good.
And then he'll know
like
to
it.
come murder these humans.
I like it.
in. Okay, we'll go with that.
No, we could think of something.
No,
We may
murder-
want to be more subtle, but subtlety's not really in Hogger's ballpark, and
This-
he
the
might
sun
get confused.
is setting. We should really just do
He
it.
might get confused if
The
the
sun
thing
is
isn't-
setting.
If
If
the
you
secret
hear-
word
The
is
sun is not
good.
setting.
If you
Okay.
hear if you hear someone say
Time is very midday. Real time.
if you hear someone
High
say
noon.
the sun is setting,
No, I like
then
murder.
We'll go with
One
murder.
word.
We'll go with
No.
murder.
Hogger,
It's
it's
simple,
simple.
it works for
Hogger won't
Hogger,
get
we'll go with
confused.
murder.
All right, fine.
Okay. So to get this straight,
I just wanna
you
know
are
what
going to
gun
be
that is.
driving the wagon
he's in there.
toward the
Turncoat.
the pub. The pub is called the Sleeping Giant.
Yeah.
You're going to be, and you two are going to be in the cart,
Mm-hmm.
hiding.
Watching though.
Uh,
Through the whatever.
Muslin cloth.
Through the muslin cloth, the tarpaulin.
okay, there was not any tarp on the wagon,
All right, then we're
but
sitting in
it's
the
fine.
back of the
I'm just
wagon.
going to give you a tarp. It's no big deal.
We found it.
You found
Yeah,
it.
we found it in the 2-day journey.
Hogger,
Francis or whatever the hell.
what are you doing?
Well, Purvis has his bedroll and his
I am.
Oh yeah, we're hiding under his bedroll.
Can you describe the front of the building? Because we're there by now.
No, you're not. You're not. To be there
Yes, we're
would be
there.
to spoil the plan a little bit. So you are about halfway there, but you can kind of see it in the distance. It is dirty. It's dilapidated. It is broken down. There is no door on the front of the
No door
building.
on the front.
Oh. This is the pub, the old pub?
Yeah.
Whoa, no
Okay.
door on the front.
Uh-oh.
This
You
complicates
can't
things.
unless you specifically like try to go around the back. You can't see the back.
All right. Well, there's no. Are there any windows?
Yes. One of them is cracked. There are two windows. One on the right side of the door. One on the left. One on the right side one is cracked. The left one is completely gone.
Gone.
And there's no window there. It's pretty
Okay.
obvious that these red band people have no interest in
Intelligent discourse.
intelligent discourse or business maintenance.
Yeah.
Perhaps Hogger
Okay.
will have to accompany Purvis as his barrel boy.
I am going to. What's before this building?
Sure. The inn is the furthest west, and then it's just a bunch of residential houses. All the windows closed, all the doors closed.
All right. I'm gonna wait at the. I'm gonna stand near the nearest residential house
Okay.
to this building.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stand there and wait till I hear the magic word.
Okay. So, Purvance, what does your disguise look like?
It's like a newsboy cap,
Okay.
little vest,
Don't forget the mustache.
a classic mustache, sunglasses, and
What year is this?
well, not sunglasses,
It's a
but
fantasy realm.
but,
Yeah.
see
No, there's
glasses.
tinted glass.
yeah, tinted glass maybe.
What is the tinted glass for?
Just fashion. And shoes, because Purvis usually does not wear shoes.
Tinted glass also hides Purvance's young eyes.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Excellent.
His
glass.
vibrant
I
halfling
like that a
eyes.
lot.
Andrew
Uh,
knows about these sorts of things.
Yeah, he does.
And
That's
he's
She.
wearing shoes. He doesn't usually wear shoes, so he wants to cover his large, hairy hobbit-like feet.
okay, what do the shoes look like?
Just a simple brown leather.
Brown
Works
leather.
for me.
Brown leather.
Okay, unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
we're going to have to end the session.
Oh, no!
We will look forward to how the plan
The plan.
transpires next time.
How many
sting.
feet away is the residential building from that building?
A good 50 feet.
50 feet?
You'll hear us. You'll hear us say murder if it's necessary.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for watching.